Hey everybody, it's Bust, continuing our playthrough of the Path of Champions. Today, we're going to be using Annie, she's up to 2 stars, and playing through the 3.5-star quest, the Colossus, doing battle up against Galio. And so, to take a quick peek at our Annie real quick, she is star power level 2, so we have the +1 mana, the Guile at the start of the turn, and then our spells deal the 1 extra point of damage. We just hit champion level 16, and then with our relics, we're using the same combo from the Daughter of the Void adventure, as to where we have the Grand General's counter plan. This generates fleeting copies of Annie into your hand at round start, and then we also have the Lost Chapter that when summoned, you get to refill your spell mana. The idea that we're trying to pull off with this Annie is that now that we're up to the higher tier levels, the higher star levels of events and challenges, we can't really just count on aggro strategies, and we can't count on damage based removal like Death's Hand to come out here and take down a 7 health Galio or whatever. And so we're looking to really shift from playing kind of control decks into more mid-rangey style decks, as to where we're able to kill all of our opponent's big plays with copies of Disintegrate. We can slow down their play with Guile, and then use that to kind of just build up a board and then do whatever degenerate thing we're trying to do. And so with that in mind, let's go ahead and jump on in. If we can get to the adventure buttons in the proper way, I think we can do it. Okay, off to battle against Galio. Yeah, the way I kind of try to equate this is I don't remember how much health Galio has. It's like 50, but if you're at level 1 and dealing 2 damage with any ability, that's like 20% of your opponent's health, right? The first battle in the Teemo series has 10 health, but if you're up against the 50 set, it's much more mana to actually come in and deal with. And this one here is actually a pretty interesting collection of cards. Both of these are very good in the Spellslinger and Sorcery, and I'm actually going to go with the Spellslinger with this one. I usually recommend that you go with Sorcery. Just refilling your spell mana every turn is so incredibly powerful, but our Annie already does that to a degree, and then I also like that our Guiles will now be free. And so our Guiles will be free, our Disintegrates will be free. We probably won't hit as much mana as we would with refill your spell mana, but I think this is going to be a little bit stronger choice. And so I'm going to go with the Spellslinger here. And then off to avenge the fallen. And so at the round end, if the one of the foe's units died this round, the foe summons a Dauntless Vanguard. So don't kill my units, please. I can't just throw my 2/2s into your 3/3s. You'll get more 3/3s out of it. But all right, off to the start. I always look to start with Annie. She's just so pivotal to our strategy, and so we'll take any hand starting with her. If she doesn't show up, we'll just full mulligan her away. Otherwise, this hand is okay-ish. I'd like to find something a little bit cheaper, but I'll hang on to a single House Spider here. All right, reasonable enough. And so the thing that does get awkward with this is if we come in and trade away our unit, then he's going to get the 3/3, and so it gets to be kind of easy for them to really just build up. And so having smaller units like House Spider isn't that spectacular. Like, if we're running into adventures as to where we're dropping the House Spider and then using the Disintegrate, then opponent just gets a free unit out of it, it's kind of meh. And so like to play this one just a little bit slower than that if we can. Not get these House Spiders just trading away early. Alright, Annie's here, ready to party. Go ahead and drop in some Guiles. We got these all over the place. The J Guiles band ready to party. Centerfold and stuff. You got it. I think they were centerfold. I can't remember. I can't remember if J Guiles band was centerfold or not. That one's a little old for me. That one was probably in the mid-'80s, right around the time I was born. Y'all watching this probably probably got 10, 15 years of life before, or ever since the J Giles band was rocking the MTV. All right, rip Annie. That's a little sad. We do have another copy of her in hand, though, so this Disintegrate will be able to come in for free. That's not quite the case. Annie doesn't have any attack, so we're gonna have to make the Death's Hand play into this. So we'll Death's Hand. Then we'll drop the Disintegrate. I don't want to drop the actual Annie Disintegrate because I don't want to shuffle any more Annies into our deck. But this will protect our unit here. We should be pretty close to closing out the game next turn. Opponent's pretty much out of mana at this point. Got the Prefect. We can stun any unit that they play. And I guess we can throw a unit away. I'm wanting to double up on the Captive Greyback next turn. Fine. You can have your Defiant Vanguard. You did get to see the ever-arcing Galio ability as to where round start their units get +1 health. That could be pretty important to keep their board as clear as possible, but it also makes things like Death Hand much weaker, right? We aren't dealing we're dealing base damage to units that are growing in size. So, whoa. Dude's bringing the heat. Alright, we're going to get the kill this turn. That's all okay. Is that all you got? You about to get boomed, bro. It's like neg 28 coming in. Opponent has 2 health. Get wrecked. We did it. We beat him. Gave him some cupcake while we were at it. GG, my dude.
Let's go make some more friends.
Okay. Who's going to be our supporting champion this round? Up here, don't really want Disintegrates. This is... it is nice to stack to Disintegrate because as our Annie flips, we get this ability, but the Poro Snacks ability is kind of weak here. I'm actually looking towards the Howling Abyss because then we just don't need any more late game the rest of the way. We can just kind of count on the Howling Abyss to generate enough expensive stuff for us. Like the level 2 champion should end the game within 2 or 3 turns, and then this actual gaining of a bunch of health abilities quite nice. And so let's go with the Howling Abyss here. If we have to get stuck with an expensive champion, it's kind of okay, but I would rather be looking towards cheaper things here. So, not the greatest set of cards. I could see an argument for Victor, because our created cards are kind of extensive, right? We get the Guile every turn, and we get the Annie every turn if she's already on board. So we have 2 free spells we could play every turn to use with these augment units. And so that's kind of okay. I'm not too interested in Alawi. It's just too challenging to get enough tentacle stuff together, although Tentacle Smash is still an okay spell on its own. And then Diana isn't, like, adding too much to our deck. Like, we don't have units that are great closers with Cygnus. We have enough late game, so we don't need this Lunari Priestess. I think Victor is going to be good enough without taking a mulligan, or taking a reroll. So, all right, then what are we coming upon here? Slotbot lets us buy rerolls. And Gold Chest, as you could expect, gives us gold. I guess I'm not really interested in any of these. I don't think the battles matter. Foes units have +2/+2. That's decent but manageable. And then when the foe attacks, they reduce the cost of their Tianas by 1. It's like I don't want Gold Chest. I rarely ever want it, but I don't think the Camaveran Soldier is too challenging for us to deal with. All right, I'm going for the Gold Chest. I'm not happy about it, but we'll fight the Tianas. Like, we can handle Tiana fine if she comes down, assuming we draw our Annie, right? We get the Disintegrates every turn. So, check our hand. No Annies. Go ahead and mulligan it all away. Alright, no Annies again. Sad day. But hopefully we're strong enough to just deal. You know? Yeah, you just deal with it. Look at that, already getting 2-for-1s? Whew, like a boss. I guess we have to wait and see if this turns into a 2-for-1. We only have the single Spiderling here. So let's get the grind on. I don't like this, since their opponent just scales for not doing anything. So we are adding the Mana Soul student and grinding a little bit, but this is not a real strong path to victory now. Right now we're kind of stuck with this Green Fang Warden getting big. We don't have a great answer to it other than this Death's Hand, so it can be a bit of a struggle.
You know what my future is? Glorious.
We'll bring the Death's Hand end over to the left. It's the extent of what we can do. He's going to get a second hook with the Green Fang Warden, and that's just kind of is what it is. I guess we could guile it to protect our Mana Soul, but Mana Soul is just like a weak unit all around. Fine. Okay.
Where are you from?
There we go. We at least have better attacks next turn. With the Greyback having his 3 damage thing, we'll probably have an additional guile for the Gearhead. We can kind of work with opponent having little health. Cool, we picked up Annie. All right, better late than never. We'll start getting the ability for her next round. Oh, yeah, that Tiana mana. Dang, son.
Mind if I do?
We're just going to straight up lose our Annie, aren't we? God, that sucks. F.
Dodge this.
Alright, well, opponent could have made that much worse for us. They could have attacked with just the Green Fang Warden to get the scout attack in and then attacked with the Badger Bear after the fact. So it's cool they didn't go for that. Alright, this is kind of what I was expecting out of this turn's attacks, was having low health on our opponent, and then our Greybacks either just killing stuff or the Gearhead getting a quick attack hit. So hopefully we can stun this Tiana before she attacks.
All right, let's get
Can do.
Upgrade. Nice.
We protect these woods as they protect us.
Are we okay if he just kills all of our units? Like, we don't have a lot of say in the matter. I think we can go ahead and Howling Abyss. Maybe we should have waited a hot second before playing the Howling Abyss just to make sure we could pick up some additional health, but you know, YOLO. That's what they say, right? Oh, and he just got his single attack in. Okay. What do you got, Swain? What are you doing here, bud? When you deal non-combat damage to the enemy Nexus, stun their dudes, and then on Nexus Strike, deal 3 to everything. Okay. We'll definitely deal some of that. Too bad he has fearsome blocks on both of our units.
Let's go make some friends, Tibbers.
But this is what I'm talking about to a large degree. If you're looking at the previous rounds, you could just make super all-in aggro-y style decks. Can't really do that here today. His deck is just way too good for us to be in that kind of grind fest. All right, how are we going to go about this? I mean, I think we're stuck just like stunning something and passing. Do we ever have a good Swain attack? We could try attacking with Swain, I guess. Seems like he's just going to lose out. Alright, I pass. Yeah, that's so much growth from opponent. This is pretty scary. Jace. Extra Annies. Is he going to open on us? I'd really like to get this stun onto Tiana. Okay.
Upgrade. Nice.
Might not be horrible. Ooh, we get an extra card. We don't have any 6th cost spells for Jace, but let's just go ahead and get a House Spider down and do some preventing this turn. So we can put the 7 in front of here.
Taste of tomorrow.
Are we going to get any other kills outside of disintegrating? Doesn't quite look like it.
Know your place.
What's his next best unit? Just another Durandi Sculptor? Or do we think the War Chef is probably better? And I suspect we should be going for a challenger Jace here. It seems like he's probably just going to be a little weak, though. Maybe we need the quick attack so that we can disintegrate. But it is kind of nice to be able to just deal with this Tiana, right? So I'm going to go with challenger. We can look to disintegrate Tiana if we want, or if we're feeling particularly frisky, we might be able to we might be able to get like a overwhelm kill in this turn, actually. We finally like ground them down all the way. You got Sejuani. So we can use the flip Sejuani to frostbite his entire team. Is Annie flipped yet? Not yet. Seems like we should be pretty close to a lethal this turn. If nothing else, we do get to protect all of our units. And I'm thinking, like, yeah, can I make an elusive and win the game here? Maybe. Alright, so how close are we to just outright winning the game? Right? God, I got units so big. I guess we can take a sort of free block on it, since we want to add Sejuani to the board. But let's say we play Sejuani, we're going to hook something to where she can overwhelm. The current biggest unit's going to be this Durandi Sculptor. I don't think we're going to lethal this turn. We're going to be kind of far away from that. Oh no, oh no. We don't have Sejuani mana. Fuck. I didn't do that math. That's for certain. Alright. Can take a ballistic bot and start to use it with Swain. I think that's going to be the extent of what we get to do, though. Ugh, that was a definite miscalculation in the manas.
Got a model for me?
Okay. Well, let's see if they open again. At least we're a little bit stronger here if they don't open and we get to drop Tibbers onto Tiana and kill 2 units. So maybe that'll be a thing. I am afraid he's just going to pick up a spell or something and directly open attack on us, though. Okay, so we need to deal 2 damage to the Badger Bear. Looks like a good job for the Greyback. Jeez, what a fucking grind this one has been. I think we're finally gonna finish this one off, but man, this is taking some work. Guess we could have disintegrated another one of these units. Getting a little sloppy, but we'll make our way through. I'm feeling it. We can look to use the ballistic bot. I think I'm just gonna get rid of Annie here. What if we do this? We can just replay the other Annie. We couldn't play Tom Kench or Victor if we do this, but is it relevant? Probably not. Let's just get rid of our Annie. Okay, we are so close. So close. I guess we got enough created cards for Victor. I think we played 14 before he hit the board. So many combos though. Sejuani and Victor, along with Sejuani and the ignitions are all good. The Swain and everything. Okay. So many options here. Just get this one wrapped up. More Tianas? That's annoying, dude. That was like the one card that could potentially deal damage this turn. We're not going to lose, but I was hoping to get out of this without taking any more damage. Alright, I guess it's just one. Okay. So this will stun the other Tiana. We can add Diana. I mean, that's more than enough, right? You want to play the Hex Core and see if we hit Lifesteal? Sure. But hey, if one thing, this is exactly why I wanted to pick up the Howling Abyss, right? If this was just like a 6-drop, we would have gotten smoked this game. but getting that big mountain of value out of the Howling Abyss was exactly what I was talking about, in that we can just pick this one card, and then our late game's done. We just have to look for early game and interactivity at this point, and we're good to go. So, all right, hope you're still with me after that, like, 20-minute grind fest. What do we got here? Arachnoid Sentry's pretty good. When it comes in, it gets 2/2 and strikes. So, happy enough to add that one in. Come and pick up our golds. Thank you much. Come in. Don't need to heal at this point, so I'm just going to cut a card. I usually look to cut out Mana Soul Students first, and then Captive Greyback second. Depending on if we've picked up too much random expensive shit or something, but the Mana Soul Student is free to go. All right, on to Zoe. So, round end. Create a random 3 or less cost Celestial card into the foe's hand, give it Fleeting, and then reduce its cost by 1. Got it. Okay, good deal. Good to start with Annie. Also going to go ahead and hang on to the Sentry, since we can fight something on the second turn if we need to. Since we have the +1 mana. Ideally, if he like leads off with Zoe, then we can come and just fight her on the second turn. It makes me feel nice and safe. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and pop that spell shield. That's not part of the party for today.
Everything's in place. Behind you.
I guess we'll need him to play a spell, right? If we come in and try an Arachnoid Sentry right from the get-go, Giddy Sparkolologist is going to be the stronger unit because it costs more. So if he plays a spell, then we should be able to pull off a hit onto Zoe. She's a 3/4 now. Okay. See you, girl. Cupcake. He's going to play his Charger. That's a good target for the stun. I think we're pretty good to go against Zoe now. She does get just tons of card advantage since she generates the Celestial every turn, but I think we're starting to look excessively strong. We want to go Victor. I think that's okay. This Hex Core is going to be free because of our spells thing. Like, we're not going to lethal this turn with the Captive Greyback, so I think that'll be okay. What up, Tibbers?
First the smoke, then the fire, then the...
What you got? You bringing some more heat in? Nope. Just making a card cheap and forgetting about it. Spell Shield onto Victor. All right. What else do we want to do here? I'd like to just get a kill onto the Stellacorn, but our attacks aren't super good into it right now. It's like we can freely attack with these. Maybe just leave Victor at home. Then who do we stun with the Guile? Probably the Charger. If we're going to stun the Charger, well, we still need to leave Victor at home. I don't care if he takes blocks onto the Saboteur. It's not that big of a deal. I want to take down his Stellacorn. Oh shit, we still just attacked with Victor. Well, that's one way to do it, I guess. Do as I say, not as I do. You fought valiantly, though, dude. You tried. Maybe those flashbang traps you shuffled in will turn out to be relevant, but I did not mean to attack with you there. Could be relevant. If these damaged units are on board by the time we can play a Tibbers. I mean, I guess the ballistic bot would be okay. Probably safer just to pick up the elusive. Challenger? Wow. Somebody's about to be mean to Annie. This will be okay. If he comes in and takes his scholarly climber and hooks Annie. Oh. Oh, not how I expected that to go down. I'm gonna say if he hooks Annie, then we can still just come in and replay her. But he's gonna do it like that. Just go ahead and kill some stuff.
Do you wanna play?
I was trying to think. I'd like to play Tibbers and just kill these damaged units next turn, but the Sparkleologist will grow to 4 health next turn, and we wouldn't be able to kill it with Tibbers. So how we feel about this? We actually want to just play Tibbers, or do we want to get the Howling Abyss down? I'm leaning towards the Howling Abyss. It doesn't feel like Tibbers ends the game anytime soon. So I'm just going to go ahead and play it and gain the health. Looks like we'll be passing the turn from this point forward. Oh, we don't need to use the Disintegrate. I want to pop the Spell Shield off of the Firebrand. I guess we could still attack with Annie, right? We can play one of these Disintegrates if we have to. Or she can just stun the unit back out. He's very, very challenging to kill. Okay. What up, ooh dear? So he might be trying to mean to us here with an open attack. I mean, as long as we don't die, we'll get all of our health back at the end of the round, and so that's not the hugest deal. He did just pick up a huge amount of health, though. F. All right, well. Not exactly what I was hoping for. Alright, so we can stun Rummel, or I guess pop Rummel's spell shield, I should say, and then we can guile him. Looks like we'd be only taking 10 damage this turn. That's not so bad. We can start to turn things around next turn. Rip Tibbers. Man. That's sad. Sad day. No thumbs up for you. Alright, well, we might need to pick up something good here. Callista. We can play both Callista and Udyr. That's pretty big. Then the thing we can kind of watch out for is we can put Disintegrates onto our opponent's units and then play a Bear stance or Ram stance, whatever the deal 1 to everything is. I don't think we need to do it here, but that's an option. Maybe we should go for it. It will kill our Annie in the process, but we have another one in hand. Maybe we're okay to just give up on Annie at this point. She's not particularly large. Okay. Oh no, we don't have to lose Annie. We can just put the stance onto Annie. It deals 1 to everything else. Okay. That's due for a laser beam. Soak that up, friend. All right. Well, I think we're definitely in a much better position than we were at the end of last turn. This feels much better. We don't get to attack or anything this turn, but he's really ground down. We took away his big overwhelms. So if we can just come in and block, we should be okay. We don't get the crystal arrow. That's too bad. I'm leaning towards just playing the Greyback. This is going to give us a second blocker this turn. And then I think we're good. Oh, fucking come on. Really, really just going to have 2 Zeebles, huh? Okay. I guess so. I guess so. Oh god, he's got a Crescent Strike as well. Are we dead? We can play Ash. 5, 10, 16 or so. Alright.
I will unite the frailty.
Wow. Wow.
No backing down. Lead the target.
Alright. Not dead. What more can you ask for? Jesus. Alright, can we do it? It's like I want to look at this Lysandra and see if we played enough 8 drops. I guess that's not the way to look. You'd have to look at the Watcher. 5 allies that cost 8 or more. We haven't done that. So we have access to this like 2 damage AoE from Lysandra. We can also tie that into Disintegrate. None of that really sounds like winning plays. I think we need to just come in after the fact with that. But can we get a lethal this turn? That's probably a fair question. Let's just start by stunning his best kind of ground-based unit. Let's do this. Let's actually just stun this small one. Like, if we can get into combat and just kill some of his stuff, that's gonna go so far into closing this out.
Why does that fly back into stars?
You wanna hang out, bud? Come on. Nope. Come on, kitty. Got kitties trying to hang out in the middle of the Zoe match. Alright, so this brings back some 5 attack unit. Tibbers. Okay. So he's going to have to do some blocking, that's for certain. We have trouble with any of these. We can't stop the Zeebles here, that's unfortunate. And that's the only one that, like, really matters. I think it's okay, though. Come on, dude, don't just put your claws in me. There you go. He wants to be on here. He wants to say, "What up, everybody? How you doing?" Okay, so how do we finish this off? We do have an additional ram stance. I think we just AoE his whole team, right? So we add Lysandra. Is it round start when you get the frozen thing? We don't get it immediately? That's stupid. That's stupid. There's a disintegrate. We'll ram stance Annie again. All right, we're getting so close now. I think I think we've finally done it. That was an absurdity, though, right? When we play the Captive Greyback and he just drops sneaky Zeebles, I guess we should have known better. But that was the tough one. Hecker will end the game real fucking fast, though. Give him a chance. Alright, we should be good now. Ice Shard on the stack, Disintegrate onto the 5-3. The Zeebles are now gone. We should be good to just add in Hecarim. Attack next turn. I feel like we said we should be good now like 8 times. Maybe 10, maybe double digits. But I think I finally believe it. Alright, just gotta make it to the next turn. Get this dum-dum out of here. We'll be ready to close. Oof, alright. Did you all think we were gonna get that one? No? How appropriate we pick up Galio on the Galio adventure. That should be 6 units. Alright. Nothing coming in the way now. Get KO'd. Alright. Jesus, that took a lot of work. Oof. But who thinks it was a good idea that we took the Howling Abyss? Anyone? It's just what all these games are coming down to, huh? Just sitting around for 8 turns with the Howling Abyss on the board? Pretty good. Alright, not a lot of great targets here. Draw a card is always fine. I definitely want to be stacking in more Annies. I'm leaning towards just re-rolling these and looking for something a little better. Don't want a free attack. These are just actually worse. I guess the +1/+1 isn't terrible. Alright. Onward and upward. Got a good power for us. When you play a slow spell, copy it onto the same targets. We can slow but steady a little bit. It doesn't do anything with Guile unless they have like spell shields. It works with the Victor ability. I don't think we have any other slows besides those, but the big thing it does do is it like doubles up all of our augments. It doubles up on our prefects, and so all of our abilities like that are going to just get kind of supercharged. And so I think that seems better than just picking +1 attack. We're just going to get way more attack out of this thing. So that looks good. On below, the encounter is the Grand Plaza. I don't remember what that one is. 1 second. I know I've encountered the Grand Plaza, but I don't have it on the site. So I'm definitely going to go down this Mage Seeker path. Hopefully it's not too bad. What's the Mage Seeker do? Once the foe has played a 6th cost spell this game, their spells cost 2 less. All right, we can manage that. Okay, so as much as I've hyped the Howling Abyss, we will not be holding on to it. We'll hard mulligan, look for our Annies, see if we can't get her in our opener. Did not, but we'll make the best of it.
Take a look at this.
Well, you're gonna get boomed, Mage Seeker Conservator. I'm spending it. I'm bringing the Spell Slinger right on you. But see, like the Prefect and the Victor are gonna start getting supercharged, assuming that we don't die out here too early. We can play the Prefect and then just double up the Guile, get all these additional stats. Pretty good.
Keep the little biter off me.
Opponents played their 6th-cost spell though.
You can do better than that.
Let's go, Fang.
It's big damages, my friend. Big damages.
Petricite protect me.
Probably best to just lead off with the Guile.
Come on. That all you got?
Why are these so big? Does Remembrance give them all a bonus? F.
So we stay vigilant.
F. That shit's kind of scary.
Too angry.
But we got to Disintegrate to take down the big boy. Only 4 damage on the turn. It's not that bad. And our Prefect doesn't die here, which is a pretty big bonus for the next turn. Hi, Victor. Welcome to Flipland. All right. What did he pick up? Elusive and Spell Shield. The constructed player's favorites. Now everyone's just asking why he can't still hit. He still can't hit on Scout. What do these remembrances do? Grant the top ally in your deck +3/+3. Okay. I see what you did there. Just going to target his high health unit, see if we can't end the game this turn. We're kind of far away from doing it, but we get to put down a ton of stats this round, so I want to give it a go and see how close we are. Did you hit? No, it's like, did you hit Scout, Victor? I just said that wasn't possible.
Come on. That all you got?
All right, neg 27 coming into 23. We got it. That wasn't too bad. We only lost like 4 or 5 health that round. I think we lost 4 health. 5. 1 and then 4. So, not bad. Get to head to the Grand Plaza. I feel like you get like epic things out of the Grand Plaza. It would make sense if you got like challengers or whatnot, but I don't know. I think there's like 2 options in here, and we're about to find out. But before we get there, do we want to take any of this stuff? Adding items to disintegrate is always interesting because that means our Annie flips now are much stronger, and I think I'm kind of okay with this. In the predict, Shock Blast is fairly strong given it's going to deal 5 damage and then 5 damage again. But it's quite expensive. If we'd taken sorcery instead of spells cost 1 less, I'd be much more interested in the Shock Blast. And then down here with Gotcha, not really interested in bringing out cheap champions. And so let's actually just go with this Disintegrate. Hopefully that'll be okay. On to the Grand Plaza. So you have 3 options. You can train, where you add challenger units, add challenger to a unit from your deck. Okay, so we give a unit in our deck challenger, which we could do to Annie. Arachnoid Sentry or the Prefect, not super interested in that. We can add 4 copies of Dauntless Vanguard to your deck with a random item. Dauntless Vanguard with Nav, I'm not super interested in. And then pay respect, you can add a Remembrance, a For the Fallen, or Dawn Speakers to your deck with a random item. Not really interested in any of these either. Remembrance is kind of meh. I guess we could likely just cast it for free. But I feel like our deck is good enough with the top end. I don't want For the Fallen or Dawn Speakers. Let's just train. I feel like we should just add Challenger probably to Annie. I don't think we have to see this come up if like we find a champion item. And then she can kind of pick and choose her combats a little bit more selectively. I think that's okay. All right, on to the shop. We got loads of money. So what's this? The bad power. When you damage an enemy, reduce its power by the damage dealt. I mean, it's acceptable, but it's not spectacular. Otherwise, Spell Shielded Trickster, not interested in any of these expensives. Don't want more House Spiders. This is all pretty meh. Let's reroll this power. game start with the sparring student. I mean, we got to spend our mana on something. Let's re-roll the abilities here as well. Iterative improvement isn't that bad. Well, do we want to go after the Starlit Seer? Like, if we're in this mode to where we're playing 2 Guiles every turn, and if we draw Victor, we're playing 2 Guiles and 2 +1/+1s every turn and giving our top unit +4/+4, I could see that as being cool. We also hit Arachnoid Sentry down here, which getting a 7 attack strike whenever it comes into play is huge. I'm definitely going to pick up all of these sentries. The removal here is just too good. It's, can we make enough usage out of this Starlit Seer? I think so. It's a cheap play. All right. So what are we moving on to now? Ooh, 2 encounters. We have the Larent Bladekeeper, which probably boosts some unit in our deck. I'll have to look it up. And the Solitary Monk. Let me pull up both of these real quick. Okay, so the Solitary Monk is choose any card from your deck and cut all copies of it. That's pretty strong. And then the other one, the Larent Bladekeeper, add a weapon to your deck with a random item on it. I'm not entirely sure what a weapon is, but I think it's where you can find things like the Riven Sword, and I'm a little bit more interested in just cutting bad cards out of our deck. And so I think both of these encounters are manageable, right? The foe's units have +1 health. Round start, create a fleeting spring gifts in the foe's hand. Okay. He is going to have some amount of elusives here. That's what Stargazer does, but I think we can manage the elusives. We have Challenger on our Annie now. We have all of those fighting Arachnoid Sentries. We have a bunch of stuns. Spring Gifts is going to be a slow spell, so we can react to that appropriately. I think this is going to be an okay fight. Hey, lots of power in this hand. I completely forgot we got the sparring student ready to come in and do some work.
Osu can sniff out any star anywhere.
Okay, we could have played Annie, but I'm just going to start boosting our deck. Definitely not attacking into these smaller units. He needs to heal for this to get attacked, not just giving him the free opportunity to heal. All right. Just another day in Targon. We're managing just fine. Whoever's on top of our deck is going to be gigantic at this point. This is why I was interested in the Starlit Seers. And punch. Didn't even realize it was our attack token. But all right, I think it's safe to say things are going good. Just get double Starlit Seers down. We got to drop Victor here, but we're getting pretty far along in generating the big engine.
We're all family here.
Just stun his highest attack unit. I don't feel like he's going to attack here, but if he does, I'd like it to be a safe block with the sentry. Everything's so big now. Pretty sweet. We hit Elusive and Lifesteal. That's a big set of keywords. We're doing the Lifesteal thing way better than you are, dude.
I'll protect you.
Alright, we're pretty close to just ending this. I'm going to go for the Elusives.
I see the heavens aflame.
Okay, so I was like, oh no, he's gonna stun our or silence our elusive, and he decided against that. So we got tough and fated.
I feel better when you feel better.
All right, so it looks like we're going to be a little bit short on damage this turn. Guess we could have if we'd done the math, we could have played the Starlit Seer, but it's okay. Did get to heal ourselves back up to 35. And as long as he's not getting Stargazer heals and dropping elusives this turn, we'll be okay. Oh man, that was a kind of gross one, hitting on the flashbang trap. All right, he's not going too hard on this.
We look after our own.
Don't have to worry about the attack anymore. So let's get this 11-11 prefect down. He's unfortunately a little small for our needs, but I think we're gonna be okay. Can you run out of keywords for Victor? You just have too many keywords to where, I mean, I guess that makes sense. You just can't have any more. It's at 28 coming in. He shouldn't be able to heal 17. All right, GG. Let's see what we can do here. More Howling Abysses. We can double up on this heal thing. I think we're good with the Howling Abysses, but we have to take something. And so I don't really want to add Forged Chiefs or Shards of the Mountain to our deck, so we'll just take another Howling Abyss. It's at least, like, if you're in a pinch and have to play it, you can at least just still gain a bunch of health. So that's not super upsetting. And now I'm going to take these House Spiders out. I usually look towards Captive Greyback as our second unit to take out of our deck, but since we have all this Overwhelm, or so we have all these stats coming into our deck with the Starlit Seer, I think I want to hang on to the Overwhelm unit and then just cut out the House Spider. I think our early game should be strong enough as it is. Into the healer. Might as well cut something else. I'm not opposed to the Gearhead. What's our next, like, removal? It's like, I want to hang on to the Spellslingers just because of the stun. It could probably go, though. Maybe we get rid of Death's Hand. Death's Hand is nice since it gives us the way to deal damage in the middle of combat and interact with stuff at fast speed. I don't feel super comfortable getting rid of Death's Hand, but I would like to get rid of something. Not the Howling Abyss, never the Arachnoid Sentry. Maybe it is just down to the Spellslinger now. Or one of our 1-drops. Well, the Legion Saboteur seemed pretty weak. Okay. Alright. On to Viego, boss number 2. So, round start, the foe summons an ephemeral copy of the player's strongest follower that died last round. So, as long as he's not killing our 11-14 units, everything will be okay. Alright, found Annie. Something like this is okay. It's like I'm pretty tempted to pick up this Calculated Creations early, but maybe we should just be mulliganing for the 2/3, the thing that generates our +1/+1. It's a Starlit Seer. Maybe that's the way to do it. Does she get Fury off of her Molten Shield? I don't think I've seen this interaction before. Looks like a no. Sad day. How do we click on Fury? Where's it at? Alright. Not important. So this is a pretty important place for our Guiles, right? When we get the second one now so we can stun through spell shields. Feels pretty good. You can take 3. Alright, we're getting nice and built up now. So here I'm going to look to play Victor. That should be pretty straightforward. I'm not going to stun Viego. I'm just going to kill Viego with a Disintegrate. Sure. And then we should... Why did that deal so much damage? Why'd you kill our Victor? That's annoying. Did it have plus damage attached to his drain? I guess. Alright, let's play this. This Disintegrate's not attached to an Annie. We can go ahead and play that one without adding more copies of Annie to our deck. That Arachnoid Sentry, maybe that wasn't the take. I'm not sure if that strike ability is on summon, and then if the Viego thing summons an ephemeral copy of the strongest followers. So if he's summoning copies of that is just kind of a kill spell. Why didn't we kill his Viego? What am I missing here? I'm losing it. I'm losing it, squad. Things have been happening. I'm not following. Alright, well, we're going to be giving this to him. I feel like we got to just get our dudes on board. Okay, that's fine. Or prevent that damage, keep that stuff from coming in. He can strike something. Okay.
Go make some friends, Tibbers.
Right, so now he's going to summon our our dude. It'll strike our Nyandroid. Okay. We survived that well enough. What we got? We want any of these? I don't really want any of these. We'll skip that. We're looking for just like victors at this point. Keep doing this backwards. I need to cast the Disintegrate before the attack. I'm losing it. I did it twice now. I need to stop and take a breather. We're going to keep doing these Disintegrates wrong. You gotta let the combat start happening first. Let's just go ahead and take him down. I assure you this one is going to actually kill his Viego. Okay, not like amped about the Captive Greybacks, but it gives us these options to put 2 blockers on the board. So we'll give it a try for next turn. I know we already have one, but I'm just thinking like maybe the only way we lose this is if we don't get enough width. And so having 2 blockers is makes me feel a little bit safer. Into the Harrowing. It's not that bad, is it? Just 2... Oh, his Viegos are spell shielded, though. It's kind of sucky. Wonder if he'll play it. Does he have any 1-drops? Are you gonna play another card here? That would be kind of cool. How much is this? Just 25 coming in? I don't know if this deck plays Atrocity. I don't want to lose any units here, though. So I'm looking to do something like this. Let's Disintegrate down this little guy. We can still block out here at the end with Tibbers. He's going to lose out on a bunch of units because they're all ephemeral otherwise. And then we can hopefully just recover next turn. We've been doing some serious slop in this one though. This has not been a particularly clean trial. If you didn't catch it on one of the previous ones, Victor's flip, making your created cards one less, does count for all of our created champions. So lots of options for him. Kind of lame, dude. Kinda lame.
Is it the mustache? Who knows?
Kind of hamstrung here. We need to get into a little bit of combat, but I don't want to lose anything and give him more of the abilities. Finally, the Starlit Seer. This is like, I don't feel like we really need it at this point. It's kind of late in the game. We'll just be generating champions. Might get some good attacks here, though. I mean, he has to be like ground down enough at this point. I feel like we're going to be able to win the game. But he's had some sick stuff happening.
Does death follow me or peace?
Hi, are you new too? I'm Annie.
You're something.
Kill a unit and give our units -2. Alright. Okay. Here comes the Guile.
You can do better than that. Death comes.
Breathe deep, fam jam. I think we're finally getting there. Don't really want any of these. Skip over that.
That all you got?
His board is almost officially cleared. Getting close. Irelia does work pretty nicely with all of our anti-disintegrates. If we get to Blade Surge her into play or Blade Surge around and get those quick attack disintegrates, we can like hook something with Annie and then Blade Surge Irelia in front of it and get a quick attack hook in that way. Alright, have we done enough stuff yet? This Flawless Duet's gonna double up, isn't it? Let's see what he does. If he starts blocking with ephemerals, these things will just die. We'll get kind of close to just lethaling him. That was very generous of you, my friend. Okay, maybe we're finally gonna get there. Sure, Starlit Seer. We'll autopilot. Why not? We can stun whatever unit he plays, and then maybe we'll be close enough. Phew, Jesus. Guess I should have seen that coming. All right, let's just reset a little bit. Pantheon has one keyword. That's embarrassing, dude. I guess we can play Pantheon and start using help picks. I never suspected that this would be a strategy, using help picks to try and level up Pantheons. Oh, we actually just got the lethal. Whew, goddamn. I keep trying to throw them away, but we're too good. Too good. Too much luck on our side or something. Whew. Breathe deep. Move forward. So again, I just want to keep stacking Annies. It's just so important to our strategy. These abilities all suck, but let's pick the better defense. Well, yeah, I think the defensive one in the Giant's Belt will be okay. Give her a little bit more resilience. On to the powers. What do we got? When you play a spell, deal 1 to the enemy nexus. I mean, we play a ton of spells every turn. I'm leaning towards just taking the defensive, though, and taking the stun. Hold It is pretty powerful when we get to just stun 2 of their units every single turn. I think like I feel good enough in our ability to close out the games without having to take that ability. Honored Lord, what is this? I don't know if I've gotten him looked up or not. Here he is. Choose a rare item for a champion. So we can pick up some additional Annies, or well, either way, right? This is a pick up a rare item for a champion, or we have a champion item chest to the right. What are these? When the foe attacks, they summon Frenzied Skitterer, or foe summons the messenger. All right, let's go with the spiders. Whew. What do we got? So we're starting with an Annie. I kind of want to dig for our Starlit Seer. Here's that one. It's tough for me to remember. Or Victor to a smaller degree. Come on, dude. That's kind of lame. Just taking our engine right on the first turn. Okay. People gonna be like that. Hope you enjoy being stunned. Alright, so let's try and prevent the damage. We'll take the other stun. Assuming he doesn't have any more units, then we can come in and deal 3 damage to the spell spinner, get our spell generator back, and then we should be pretty decent. Okay. It's only got 2 cards left. We're getting pretty close to being okay. This is one of the downsides to stacking all these Annies, is we do draw a bunch of them, and then we can struggle a little bit in terms of the density of good cards in our deck. What do we got? 7 Annies in our deck? That's a lot, let's be real. That's a lot of Annies. Maybe we should have picked up a Victor or 2 along the way.
What good's power if you're not going to use it?
You sound just
Okay.
like Timber.
Getting close. It feels like I just see that Howling Abyss hanging out in our hand. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is what all these games are going to come down to, isn't it? But we're getting close to finishing this. Oh, hang on, we can't block. We just have to take the 4. Okay. Smells like burning. We got more Annies? Oh, I can't even play this one. Oh, that sucks so much. Okay. Can we finish this off with Tibbers this turn? We drop some Guiles and then just try and like disintegrate everything. all the predicts. Don't want these. Let's see if we can't predict the like Victor on top. The Sentry could be okay, but here's Victor.
This would be a good winter.
That makes me feel like a little better being able to make predict disintegrate plays like that. But man, did we pass on the opportunity to pick up draw a card? Like draw a card is exactly what we need on our disintegrates at this point. That feels like probably the mistake of the run if we passed up on that one. I don't think we saw it, but man. Okay. Gotta lose out on our Victor. We'll manage.
By snow and stars.
We do have this Howling Abyss to hopefully turn things around if things start to hit the fan. All right, all right. Next attack, we should be good. This is one of his few ways to get the width on the board. All right, dude.
Let's not ruffle our feathers.
Yeah, he's a Victor. Should be able to kill him with Elusives next turn. So we can just go ahead and add the Nyandroid and then Victor next turn and hopefully close it out without using the Howling Abyss. Okay. Whew. Spiderlings, you took some work.
The man with the glowing beam.
We got enough yet? Alright, you can get a little bit of lifesteal out of Victor. We'll stop at +5. Yeah, that's enough, right? do we want to pick up the augment a little bit more just to be safe? Okay, sure. Alright, GG.
Let's go make some more friends.
Alright, let's see what this Honored Lord has to offer up. Okay, so more Howling Abysses. It's kind of nice when they're -2 cost, but I think I'm going to go with the Rocket Barrage here. This will be very cheap in our deck, and it's going to double, so we'll get to do 8 to an enemy and then 2 to all the other ones. Quite strong. Onto the Honored Lord. Let's be real. We should upgrade Victor here. We'll put the regeneration onto him just to make sure we have some more. Smooth Soloist gives you a power or the shop. We have a ton of money. Let's go to the shop. The power here. Attack, grow my health to match my power. I love it. As terms of the cards, I could see picking up a Zenith Blade. It's going to draw a ton of cards. Then Ephemeral on the Arachnoid Sentry. I just like the Zenith Blade's going to be free and replace itself. Well, it's not free. It's just you get an additional one. Okay. On to the next one. Either the Dawn Speakers, the foe starts with 2, or the foe's units have Nightfall, so I'm going to copy. The Nightfall one can get out of hand really quick if you have a slow draw, so I'm going to go up to the Dawn Speakers. All right. On to the Dawn Speakers. Alright, I think we should be able to pretty safely mulligan into Annie's now, right? We got 5 copies. How many cards are in our deck? 37? I guess that could be a bit much. Oh boy. This draw is a little worrisome. Could maybe pop off here in the beginning, but I'm a little scared.
Our allies did not fall in vain.
Go on, Fang. Just like I taught you.
All right. Our turn is done. Oh man, that stony suppressor coming down and doing stuff to our spells? F. Alright, this is gonna let him grow his units a fair amount. Maybe that was overly greedy. He was probably getting a unit anyways. Oh, no mana. God, that's so painful. As a stony suppressor lover in the lands of constructed, I must say, I'm hating it right now. All right, we're bringing out a little bit of damages out here. If we could pick up some ways to get Annie, right? If we can get some disintegrates down here, it should help out quite a bit. Oh my gosh, the stony suppressor. If I had known that this was what we were running into, I would have just picked the other one. But why is the hex core upgrade still free? I guess I'm not going to complain about that. That's weird that the hex core is free, but the guile isn't. All right then, you know. Oh boy, I'm quite worried about this though. How do we get rid of this stony suppressor? I'm gonna just put down the blockers this turn. But maybe we can roll into next turn and it'll just be the biggest unit on the board. Man, it's got like 10 health at this point though.
Oh, you're in for it.
Okay. All right. I don't know. We might have gone this far and then just failed. Without I think this would have been super easy if we picked up an Annie, but without our Annie, this is just fucking disastrous. Like we can play the Sentry now and it just trades with the Cavalier. Fucking painful.
For the honor of my house.
Now he's not even big enough to take it down. Okay. So brutal. Yeah, well, we should at least have a revive after this, and so maybe we can revive and then... Yeah, this one's done. Mulligan into Annie. Painful, painful. But man, I know you can run into the Nightfall guy, and with the draw like the last hand, maybe it would have been okay. It just depends on how quick you can get out there, but like mulliganing into double Howling Abyss against the Nightfall deck feels pretty scary as well. So, all right, attempt number 2. Picked up an Annie. All right, I feel better. We'll just hang on to all of this. We've got some early plays. We can maybe do some shenanigans with gearheads and disintegrates. See how this plays out. Right from the start, this should just be so much better. Right? We can guile down the spell shield on the Dawn Speakers. Now we can disintegrate the Dawn Speakers and hook it with Annie. I mean, this is just so much safer now. Compared to that last game, this is insane how much easier this is, right? This is the way I was expecting things to go. We were going to get Annie down, we were going to disintegrate some of this stuff, but man, when we didn't draw her, things really fell apart. I mean, maybe we should have just put the 6th copy of Annie in our deck. She's like that important to pick up. Okay, so we got the 7-4 health on our Arachnoid Sentries, which is slightly awkward. I don't think we can get out of this turn without having a unit die, right? He can just come in and hook down one of our smaller units, and then the Fleet Feather Tracker will die and he'll get the bonuses, but let's see how this plays out. Big boy down. Fleet Feather Tracker stuck. If he attacks with the cloud, the Sithria, I'll block and trade. Okay.
Be strong. These are dark times.
Smells like burning. So how do we see ourselves with this hand? I'm leaning towards like dropping another Gearhead. These are about to get scary. We're gonna play. We're gonna take down the other Dawn Speakers. We do have some options to where we could try and like hook down Sithria and get value out of the Arachnoid Sentry. I just don't feel like that's really a necessity here. I'm gonna stun down his Ephemeral so it can't block anything. I'm gonna hook Annie in. I'm liking it. So just double check we're not going to mess up our Disintegrate here. And actually going to pick up the Zenith Blade over the Howling Abyss. It's going to work nicely with our Gearheads, giving them Overwhelm. And we're going to get to draw a shitload of cards off of those. So it just makes me feel nice and safe on the inside with all of that card draw. Gives us like a little variety. You know, with the Howling Abyss, we're just going to be drawing champions. But with the Zenith Blades coming through, we're going to draw some other just kind of incidental cards. Oh, okay. Oh man, I forgot. I even forgot we had that thing. You get the health equal to your attack when you attack. We're gonna have to remember that we can do that. All right, don't need to protect Annie. If he grows the Fleet Feather Tracker big enough to kill Annie, then we can just replay another one.
New recruit reporting in.
Right, we just drew about 1 million cards. Felt pretty good. I think we're pretty set now. Alright, unfortunately Zenith Blades don't last forever though, right? The Overwhelm doesn't stick around like it used to. So we're going to have to slow down to this turn, drop the Zenith Blades on our dudes. And then this should be done and over and well and good. All the cards one could need at this point. I don't know what you're emoting for, dude. I think you're pretty dead here. Oh, this is gonna be sweet. Let's drop in the Rocket Barrage. We could have just played this for free. I forgot that it had that ability attached to it. I just knew that we were gonna boom the opponent, and I got excited. We'll have to remember that one as well. I'm getting amped for the sweet things our deck can do at this point. Alright, neg 50 coming in. Get ready, Galio. Shit's about to happen. GG. It was fun. Whew, okay. Make our way to the end. The Giant's Belt for the Arachnoid Sentry makes sense. He hasn't been able to survive anything, so why not give him a little protection? I'll go ahead and go for the heal out of this one. Our deck is looking pretty choice, and I don't want to cut anything. And on our way to Galio. And so, pick on someone my own size at the round end. If the foe's allies have 20 plus health, the foe summons Galio. If they don't have him, grant allied champion spell shield. And then the other one, round start, the foe summons a rockfall path if they don't have one. So he gets to get a removal spell every turn of the game, and then if his allies are big, he summons Galio. If Galios are all gone, or if he's already in play, then they get the spell shield. Whew. All right. Game on. Are you ready? Are we going to make it? We got the Annie in our hand. That's all one can ask for, right? We got Sentry and Spellslinger. Okay. What does Rockfall Path hit the weakest? I was curious if it was going to cause problems for our Annie. It should be killing Spellslinger first. Let's start with the Guile. Make sure we get these spell casts, and then I'm gonna just go ahead and disintegrate this down. We're gonna get more disintegrates starting next turn. Don't need additional Annies. We could pick up a Rocket Barrage. It may not be like super choice in this matchup, but it's a really high-powered one to shut down their ability to gain a bunch of health. All right, Galio, coming for you. Most damage this sparring student's done the entire trial. And Malphite. I feel you, dog. I cupcake that. Alright, there's a nice Annie flip. Then we're going to kill this Malphite. Just if we could take his unit down every turn, it becomes very easy. So we'll disintegrate. Something cool to put on top. Zenith Blade again. Pretty strong. Lets us protect our Annie on board as well from the Rockfall Path. I think that's fairly reasonable. Giving Annie Overwhelm is also kind of nice, so she can deal this little bit of combat damage. It's not super important with this one, but that chip damage is nice to be able to get in when she actually has attack. All right, draw like 100 cards. Feels pretty good. I'm very strong like a mountain because I am a mountain. I forgot about the wonderful voice lines that Malphite brings to the party. But he's unfortunately going to fall. Put Victor on top. Seems useful. Alright, Malphite and friends are down. Might as well just play one of these Arachnoid Sentries, I think. We'll still get to bank 1 mana after the fact. 18 coming in. I don't know if we'll be able to lethal on our next attack. Right, we'll get to cast a bunch of spells with Victor, but we should be close. Just easy mode shutdowns when we have our Annie, though. So many stuns.
I did, and zero regrets. Now I pack a punch.
Now I pack a punch. Alright, Victor, get all the bonuses, dude.
This is progress.
Drop Guile. I don't think we really need to play any of this other stuff. We can bank the mana until next turn. See what we can do. Okay. I'm a sucker for all the stats that we can pull up here. Let's go ahead and drop the Starlit Seer. What is this, a Hush? And a Ground Slam. It's kind of lame. Somebody's not here to have fun. That somebody is Galio. On to Disintegrate. Just play all the cards, you know. Don't want any of these, so we'll skip over. Things are moving. Alright, neg 25 coming in. There may have been a kill here with these Zenith Blades, but I don't feel like it's gonna matter. I tell you a little secret. I'm pretty sure we're gonna win this one. I think we're pretty good. Ground Slam onto Victor. Not the nicest. I feel like that's probably enough. You know? Fine. Oh, fuck it. We'll play the Sentry. Fine. You convinced me. Just put it down on the board and get it over with. Our turn. Alright, I'm ready. Climb to the top of the mountain. Finish off the Galio adventure. Feels good. What's that? Neg 42 coming in. See a mountain. All right, so not bad, not bad. We didn't get a perfect victory. We didn't get an S tier win. We had a death along the way, but I feel like that was a pretty good kind of primer on high-level Annie in terms of the way I like to play Annie and with our loadout and everything, starting with the making copies of Annie every turn to generate the disintegrates, picking up the ways to generate spell mana, and so the kind of core idea is that we're going to come in and stack Annies, and then with our Annie stack, that's going to lead to the disintegrates, and then the disintegrates are going to be there to kill our opponent's big plays. The weaknesses that you have with Annie tend to be your interactivity is dog shit. Just Death's Hand and stuns aren't enough to take care of the big units, especially once we get up here to the Galio round and he's generating plus health onto all of his plays. And so getting access to that disintegrate every turn of the game really works wonders in taking down those big units and fixing your interactivity problems. And then the second thing you'll run into is just needing to find some kind of end game, right? The battles we get to now have so much card advantage involved. I think if you look at those boss battles to where we needed like 5 and 6 legendary champions to just close out the game, this is definitely a far cry from the ones to where we just picked every aggressive card and then removed the expensive stuff out of our deck. You have to have a plan for the late game in these, and that gets a little bit tougher if the interactive plan that you're playing is just stack Annie. and that you can't count on your champions quite as much. And so if you're able to find some just really expensive cards, here we had the perfect one in Howling Abyss. You got to come up with some kind of way to just generate card advantage. And so it doesn't have to be a unit, it doesn't have to be an expensive card. It can be something like our Zenith Blades here, to where we play the Zenith Blade and it draws a bunch of cards. You have to have something, right? You can't have these games to where you get to the end game and say, oh, fuck, I need actual something to do, and I just drew a Disintegrate. You have to have a real serious late game plan. And hopefully, we got a kind of way to point that out and really assemble it here with the way we play Annie. And so it's been a fun set of battles. At this point, we've completed all of the Annie quests. I still have to go back and make a video for the 2-star quest, but we're almost ready to call Annie complete until they release more adventures. And so it's pretty exciting. I hope we've helped you along the way. If you've been learning how to play Annie, or if you're just watching our videos for funsies, I hope you enjoy the content that we've put out. But that will do it for us today. Hope everyone enjoyed the video. You climbed the mountain to the tops yourself. You maybe learned a thing or two along the way and had a good time watching. This is Bust, and we thank you for being here.